We're sitting here with Rabbi Rosenberg from the organization Eizer L'Shabbos that gives out food packages for the needy of Tzvas. Let me ask you some questions. How did Eizer L'Shabbos come about?
Well, to make a long story short, I lived in the States. I was a Rebbe many years here in the States. I was close, I had friends living in Tzvas. And they told me the rough situation was coming off in Tzvas. I was close to many individuals, including Rav Koenig. And they told me the situation in Tzvas in those days, that it's unbearable. There were stories of women giving birth to children. And there was no food where to take from. Even a little pulki he couldn't get from anywhere, because the person didn't have himself any food. So they spoke to me and Rabbi Trenkel. Eizer Trenkel was a Rebbe in Yeshivat Arvadas. We both decided to form this organization and called it with the name Eizer L'Shabbos. That will be to help families in Tzvas for Shabbos.
How many years ago did you start it?
I would say roughly it's about 22, 23 years ago. I'm living right now in Tzvas for 18 years. At least about 5 years prior to that, we started this organization, Eizer L'Shabbos. When I came to Israel, I went in full force. Before that, I also gave people who were subsidized. It wasn't as many people before I moved to Israel. Once I moved to Israel 18 years ago, I saw the poverty from there, and I went in full force.
On a weekly basis, how many families receive packages from Eizer L'Shabbos?
We have dozens of families get on a weekly basis. Box, the food package consists of everyone what he needs gets. It's mamish. We give to the person. It is customized packages, which means his father will get Rav Machbud, Bet Yosef, other ones get Badatz, Rav Lando, Americans will get chopped meat, and so on and so forth. And they'll get, his father will get couscous. Many times the person needs even toilet paper, other things. And many times people told me, I don't know how you know exactly what we need. Actually, my wife, Davas, the person should get the right package, what they need. It's not just we're giving them a package, we're throwing them a couple of cans. Actually, go to the store, you get a little cheaper than the regular price, and we make packages for these dozens of families. Now, the question is, of course, you want to ask why only dozens of families? There's so much poverty in Tzvas. That I'm leaving the answer to you. We need help. Now, if we would have enough help, we would give not dozens of families, but at least 100 families a week, which are needy in Tzvas.
So, Rabbi Rosenberg, how do you put together these funds for these packages?
The answer is, I come to the States, and I'm here quite a bit, raising funds to enable these poor people, they should be able to get their packages, which they need. Without me coming to the States, it would be very difficult. And that's how we put it together on a weekly basis. And then usually I'll come here like before the Yom Tovim, and I'm here quite a bit, trying to raise funds, putting funds together to give the packages to the multitudes of people in Tzvas.
So we discussed about how you put together your Shabbos package. Could you tell us about what you give out Yom Tovim, like Pesach and Purim?
Purim, like I told you, there's poverty like there's no tomorrow. I mean, real poverty there. Purim, we put together like 400 packages, and the 400 packages consist of literally the Purim Suda. The Purim Suda for 400 families that get the Purim Suda. Now it consists of the Suda, which means kugel, salads, hot dogs, meat, all kinds of things that will enable them to make a beautiful Suda, barakas, whatever is needed for the Suda's Purim is in this package. And it brings such happiness to those people. We took about hundreds of families, and then I have one person in Flatbush that sponsors even the Nash, because these children need Nash too. And it is Purim after all. And these children are deprived of this Nash too. So they need a little bit Nash too. So one person sponsors every year the Nash for these hundreds of families. And on Pesach time, since Pesach time, any normal family which doesn't need all the needs on Pesach, because it's a very expensive holiday. So what do we do? usually every shul and every kehillah, every organization will give out their people different things, either meat or chicken or grape juice. But still, there's a lot of needs on Pesach, which people need. So on Pesach, we give out vouchers. And the vouchers enable them to buy whatever they need, dairy, from soup to nuts, everything in the grocery store, which they need for Yom Tov. And literally the basics, whatever anyone needs. It could be aluminum foil, it could be pots and pans, and food, even matzahs. Have stories, and before Pesach, people come to me, they don't have matzahs for Pesach. So we gave out this year, I would say, close to 900 families vouchers and enabled them to buy. And in fact, every Yom Tov, hundreds of families do get, every single Yom Tov families get. We give a shvuah, like more a milchige thing, dairy stuff. And every single Yom Tov, hundreds of families get. And it's not easy, but Baruch Hashem, I'm happy to give to all these families. And Hashem should help us, that it should be easy.
What do you expect to give out this coming year, Yom Neiroim and Sukkot?
Now we're a couple of weeks away from Rosh Hashanah, and it hasn't started. The campaign hasn't started yet. It's starting right now. Now I would like to give at least 200 families Rosh Hashanah. It's 3 days. As you know, in Israel they're not used to these 3 days Yom Tov. In America and all over the world, we're used to this 3 day Yom Tov. 3 days means food. We want to give them food for Yom Tov, which means a little piece of meat, chicken, honey, dairy stuff. Children are home, they're eating, and soy, any kind of food that you need for Yom Tov. We do our best. It's $100 a package for 200 families. From there we go into the main campaign, which is Sukkot actually. It's a 7-day Yom Tov in Israel, plus the 8th day, which is Simchas Torah, which we need a lot. And we have a bigger Chol Hamoed than they have over here. And Chol Hamoed means food that people eat. And they go on trips, and they come back, they eat. So we're talking about things that we use for a microwave, or for a toast oven, which means it can be barekes, or any kind of soy products, different things that you eat during Chol Hamoed, a piece of meat, and hot dogs, things that children and families will use at home, dairy things, cereal for breakfast. Talk about some families have the children coming over, grandchildren. So what we do is we try to help them for the Chol Hamoed, even more than for Yom Tov. For Chol Hamoed, they should have food in the house during the whole entire Chol Hamoed. You could be of help to help us, enable us, and you'll have a good year and a sweet year by helping us, giving these poor families. The phones are ringing already. I'm here in the States right now, and people are calling every single day. My wife said she gets calls from the morning to the night. What's going to be Rosh Hashanah? I said, let me go online and explain you how to go about it.
Rabbi Rosenberg, can you share with us a story how giving money to Eizer L'Shabbos was a segula for a certain Yeshua?
The truth is, people told me about Parnasa that they had success, push it. And I had stories with Shidduchim, different stories which took place. Tzedakah is a big thing. I mean, I don't have to even explain it. When you give tzedakah, Hashem helps you automatically. Everything is gebenched when you give tzedakah. But I have quite a few stories that people were really helped in many different ways. I had a story with somebody, the child was epileptic or something, and took him to the hospital. Then he told me once he gave me tzedakah. This person gave me a nice sum of money and everything. And he's toilet in that he gave tzedakah for Eizer L'Shabbos. It's very simple. You help people in Israel, especially in Tzvas. Hashem helps you. There's ways, but times to give tzedakah, which means a lot. Now, I had a story somebody made about mitzvah once, and they gave a couple of $1,000 by the mitzvah. They told the child they had different types of meat, and he said, one meat we're giving away to Tzvas. This son was so happy. He sent him pictures of Eizer L'Shabbos giving out Pesach things, and he was so happy, the child. He felt so good about it that he gave this type of meat away for tzedakah. He started off the bar mitzvah in a positive way. Then, the person makes a chas, he makes a wedding. You give something, you're making a wedding, so you give aniyim, you need to give aniyim. A bar mitzvah, congratulations, a simcha, a tanoim, any kind of simcha you have in the family, a bris. I had someone that gave me $500 for a bris. I said, he just gave me 2 weeks ago. He says, yes, but I remember, he said, he remembers his father, all of a sudden, that he wrote out a check for $500 when they had a child. So therefore, there's many ways to give tzedakah. On yacht sides, Refuah Shleima, somebody that's sick. It's all these things help. Tzedakah surely helps. For Shleima, for Yotzad Le'ili Nishmas, a nifter or something. But we should only know for Simchis, and we should give for Simchis a day of a chas anniversary that, and any kind of simcha you could think of. Think of the aniyim mitzvahs when you're making a simcha. When you're spending your money, think of a simcha, and Hashem will definitely help you. You should make only simchas with Hashem. You should have a sweet year.
So those people watching this video, how do they go about sponsoring a family?
Number one, www.eizerlshabbos.com. EIZER L'Shabbos, LSHABBOS.com. Go online. You could sponsor for Yom Tov Rosh Hashanah. Is $100 a package. If you want to give a few packages. If you want to give Rosh Hashanah with Sukkos, it's about $200, $250 a package. It depends how many packages you'd like to give. And the more the merrier. The more money, the more people are going to get. People asking, what is your budget? The budget is, the more money that comes in, the more families will get. Now, that's talking about sponsoring on your time, on the holidays. Of course, you want to have schusim, you want to have a merit coming in this day of judgment, and tzedakah is one of the main things, tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah, and one of the things is charity, to give tzedakah. There's another way to do it, to be connected to the people in Tzfas all year round. You could sponsor a family. Sponsoring a family means we'll be able to give this family on a weekly basis. Many families we give every other week, once a month, every 3 weeks. If a family is sponsored, they will be getting every single week. How do we sponsor this family? It's either $50 a Shabbos for a smaller family, $100 a Shabbos for a larger family. You could do it online. You could send in the mail. The address is 505014 16th Avenue, Suite 319. Of course, make out your checks to Eizer L'Shabbos, EIZER L'Shabbos. Again, it's 5014 16th Avenue, Suite 319, Brooklyn, New York, 11204. So that's the way we do it. And in that schus and in that merit, may you have a good year. Spread this word on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you could spread this word. People should know about it. This is a real emergency, and we must help these people. And I thank you again, and may you all have a prosperous and healthy and happy and a sweet New Year. Thank you.